shows that you actually care about them, and then they can kind of like use that to talk more about themselves.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, some people are
Hmm.
natural talkers and they'll talk to you about anything.
Hmm.
But some people who are a little shy or more hesitant, if you
Yeah.
give them a really broad question, they might just give you a short answer.
Hmm.
Whereas if you ask them something specific, that gives them something to focus on. And for someone who's not like necessarily a big talker, that might help
Hmm.
them open up to you as like
Yeah.
an initial question. And then, once you get someone talking, then they'll start then they'll start feeling more connected to you, and then things will start being easier. But
Hmm.
sometimes it's that very first hurdle is just what's tough.
Yeah.
And like honestly, just eye contact and smiling helps a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to do that if you're feeling nervous, but if you can like make yourself do it a little more, that just makes people feel like you're being more open with them, and then it's easier for them to connect with you.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I have a
I mean,
couple. Sorry.
yeah.
I have a couple questions about how we choose like where we're gonna walk because I've started to
Uh-huh.
work on like walking paths and I've been trying to do some research on like which streets might be the most vibrant or the most go through the most neighborhoods. Do you have any specific streets in any borough that you would recommend? Like there's a lot of like shifts like goes through residential, goes through like more urban
Yeah,
areas.
it can be a little tough because, like, you might think, I don't know, I mean, yeah, it's tough because, sometimes, like, the streets that have the most stores on, like a big commercial street, it's going
Mhm.
to have the most people on it for sure.
Mhm.
But it's also might be more people, like, running errands or something.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you might be on a quieter street where there aren't that many people to talk to, but they're also like the people you run into there maybe are a little more relaxed.
Mhm.
So you probably just want to have a mix of, some mix of stuff to give yourself different opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, using Google Maps, it's pretty easy to see which streets are commercial
Mhm.
because, if you zoom in a little bit, like all the store names start appearing.
Yeah.
So that's like a real quick signal of like, oh, this street is like has stores lining it, or this street's just houses. And you can always flip the satellite view,
Mhm.
and you can kind of get a sense if a place, residential, just like maybe you see a lot of trees on the streets.
Mhm.
You can kind of get a sense by just what the road itself looks like. If it's,
Yeah.
a wider road with lots of, you can kind of see like
Mhm.
bus stops and just other stuff that gives you the sense it's a bigger road.
Yeah.
And usually, like not all the time, but some of the more commercial roads, like the larger roads, they look different in Google Maps. They're like
Yeah.
a wider, different, slightly different color or
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I will
and
definitely
I'd
be
say
there.
you just want to give yourself the chance to like experience, quiet streets, noisier
Mhm.
streets. And what you might find is that after a couple days, you have a better sense of what works, rather than
Yeah.
trying to like plan it all out beforehand.
Mhm.
Um, you might find like maybe it is the stores with all the streets, like that's where everyone's talking to you, and like that
Yeah.
makes the most sense to do.
Mhm. Yeah, and also just like giving a chance to explore and go off the path is I think one of the most important things.
Yeah. Um, yeah, yeah. But so yeah, I mean, you're going to learn a lot on this project for sure, and
Mhm.
you know, yeah, just if the first couple days are kind of tricky,
Yeah.
just know that'll be part of the process. Don't feel bad about it, and
Mhm.
it'll get easier as you go on.
Yeah.
And like, should we? I guess my last question is like, should we be worried about like when does it become a violation of people's privacy? Because I was also kind of thinking like, should I make this like maybe an Instagram blog compared to like a book that would probably only be shown to like my teachers who are grading it and like a few other people. Like,
Yeah.
I guess the main concern is like when does that become like a violation of people's privacy?
I mean, I think it's mostly up to the people. I mean, you ask them, you take their photo, and
Yeah.
um, I mean, in this day and age, I think if people know you're taking a photo of them, they're probably thinking it's going on social media. Uh, but you could ask people what they're okay with. But I mean, personally, I feel like if someone, if I asked them if I could take their photo, like, I wouldn't feel bad about putting it online, because I think that's kind of what people are assuming you're going to do with the photo. I mean, especially if, I guess the question of privacy comes down more to like, are you also putting their name with it, information about them, or is it just a photo of a person? In which case, no one's going to know who they are. I guess I'm just trying to think what I personally would feel like if someone took a photo of me and then like sold it or something. I'd be like, wait, what? But if they just like put it on their Instagram and didn't even have my name or something, and that feels a lot.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't put names, but maybe I'd put like information from what they like say.
From what they said, yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, people are probably going to ask, they might even want to see their own photo, They might be like, where can I? So you might find that people are just asking you, like, what are you doing with the photos? Where is it going to be? But I think, like, a photo of a person outside when they've given their consent to have you take the photo, they're probably okay with, with other people seeing it. I mean, again, it'll depend on the people you talk to. I mean, some people in parts of Manhattan might have a different relationship to, like, their photo being on someone's Instagram, whereas, like, someone in a neighborhood that people don't really pay attention to, like, they might just think it's cool that their photo's up.
Someone's coming to... Yeah. And that's definitely, like, showing interest in, like, people who otherwise might never have, like, people in their neighborhood or people talking to them is, like, a big goal of this project.
Yeah, that's a very cool thing for sure. When my friend Jeremy is the one who made this documentary, and he was just a friend of mine, and he started walking around with me a couple years into my project, and he walked with me like on and off for probably 3.5 years. So he spent a lot of time with me, and we found that like there were a lot of neighborhoods where people were just like excited that there was someone there with a camera because like the only time they ever see cameras there is like some crimes committed. It's like just always the news reporting on bad stuff. No one's like genuinely cares about the people there. So yeah, you'll probably find that varies definitely from place to place depending on how like popular of an area it is.
Yeah. What are you up to nowadays? You're still walking?
I'm still walking. I'm actually like, so there have been like all kinds of, there's been like a lot of new stuff built, in neighborhoods since I finished walking those neighborhoods. So I've had this like big kind of last checklist of little last things I have to walk. Yeah. As well as like just a handful of like full day long walks left over. So I'm down to like less than like a single digit number of walks left now.
Wow.
So I like really kind of honing in on it now. So I might be out of town a bit this summer, so I don't know if I'll finish, maybe May or June, or maybe wait till August, just save for the last bits. But but after that, I'm not sure. I'll probably try to set up like a bunch of talks at different schools and stuff. I've done some of that periodically over the course of the walk, but I might try to see if I can do a bunch of that at once and see how long that goes. And then I'll figure out after that what's next.
Really cool. Is there anywhere else that you have a goal of walking one day?
Anywhere else?
Any other country or route?
I've actually been thinking about doing another U.S. walk. Because just, like my first one I did was in 2010. And it really helped give me a different perspective on the country, especially as like things have come to feel so polarized now. When you're actually out with people, meeting people, it doesn't really feel that way. I was just like pushing my cart and like knocking on people's doors, asking if I could camp in their yard, and like all these people were inviting me in for dinner and stuff, and people of all different like political positions and everything. So, like, as the country feels like more and more like it's about to explode,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I want to have that experience again.
Yeah, it's also like very important to like show the other side and like show the kindness of people.
Definitely, absolutely.
Hmm.
So that's something I've been thinking about, but I think my mother would have a heart attack if I did that walking in. It was already like scary enough for her the first
Yeah.
time. So we'll see. We'll see if I want to put her through torment again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something I've been thinking of, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll do it or not.
Hmm. That sounds cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Keep me posted on.
Yeah.
You know, if you have any other questions, or just also when you finish, I'd love to see what you guys come
Yeah.
up with.
Well, we'll probably she's gonna make a book and I'll make a website or something like that. So I'll definitely keep you posted. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem. Good talking to you guys.
Bye.
Yeah, have a lot of fun. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I think that went well.
Yeah, same. He seems so nice.
Yeah, he was very nice.
It got me thinking, like, maybe I don't know. I feel like I would either do a book or a blog. And, like, I feel like a blog